Hey, thank you for joining me for this very brief talk on hunting bumblebees at Buck Creek State Park, just outside of Springfield, Ohio, on the 18th of June, 2024. So, along I-70 corridor between Columbus and Indianapolis, not far from the Indiana state line, is Springfield, and north and east of Springfield is the Buck Creek State Park, based on a large reservoir. And you can see that circled up here in the upper right-hand corner. So I was at the campground there and hunting around the campground area. There were patches of trees, a lot of mowed lawn and campsites, but there were a couple of patches of plants where I was able to observe some bumblebees. I'll point out now that down on the bottom right of this image, on the far bottom left of this image, you're going to see a little pond, and that is near the George Rogers Clark Park, and then also the Mad River Gorge area. I visited those the next day, and I'll talk about those in a separate video. Here's a close-up aerial, well, not close-up, but here's an aerial image of Buck Creek State Park, and you can see the dam towards the bottom of this image, and the campground area is right up here. That's where I was filming and photographing bumblebees. You can see over on the left-hand side of this, you'll see the town line outlined in that pink color. So the campground, I'm sorry I don't have any stunning photographs of the area, but this is what the typical campsite is, and I wasn't far from the reservoir at all. And they have all kinds of campsites here with electric as well. And mostly what I was finding was one bumblebee on one species of plant, and that is milkweed and the brown-belted bumblebee. So there were patches of milkweed on the edge of the forest, on the edge of the trees. I was able to photograph. And anyway, Bombus griseocolus, the brown-belted bumblebee. There were many other pollinators on the milkweed, even some honeybees, some other species of bee, some moth and butterfly species. But anyway, you can see here what I think is Bombus griseocolus. That was the only species of bumblebee I was able to observe at this site. And like I say, here you can see, looks like more like a skipper than a butterfly or moth, and the Bombus griseocolus. So anyway, very brief, but thank you. And what I'll do is I will post a film clip of them feeding on this milkweed in an upcoming video. Thank you.